Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to ISPA Reviews, where today we have ourselves a track from an act named Dapo, I think it is, Dapo or Dapo, titled Best in the World. And if we switch over to here, we have it on Spotify. Got a few tracks actually, I'll put myself up to the corner like I do for most Spotify reviews. Got a few tracks, you know, Secrets, King 2 Best in the World, what we're listening to today, Active, you know, She's in Love, When Crows Cry Need Bands, all sorts of tracks, because apparently this guy, he manages his own record label. There's a whole lot of other things as well, there's like graphic design and such for other artists. But yeah, he has his own independent record label titled Crown House Society or something like that. And so yeah, he's 22 years old, so he's doing pretty well. And we're going to listen through this track from start to finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go.
Jog on some beats that I'm out. Y'all running for clout. Got words, I'ma get you if you running your mouth. I give no fucks about opinions, but you calling me out. So I'ma pick up a pen, show him a couple of routes. I started.
Damn, straight into it. No intro core. This smacks of experience. We've got someone who knows that they can't take the listener's attention for granted. So they're going straight for the kill.
And as a kid, and I kept on writing writtens, and I left it for a minute, and I sorta kinda missed it. I am sorta kinda dope. I'm the coldest with the pen, and I'ma need a fucking pendant for the best in the division. I'ma keep on stacking commas, do addition. I'm subtracting all the rappers that you claim could cause division.
This guy comes through so clearly. He's got a really polished delivery. You can tell that he's put out a few of these tracks. I mean, he has, as you can see. But at the same time, the instrumentation, these kicks, the kind of distorted, gritty basses as well, that consistent quarter note groove there, just keeps driving you forward, and I really appreciate that.
Across my guys, shit we different. You not good in math, so I say we even. I was being humble now.
No good at math, so I say we're dope.
I'm coming for those. I knew I was cool, but I thought others was cold. I thought I was just making music, or that's what I was told. I forgot I could be the best fucking rapper in the world. I'm only going for gold. Top 3, not 2 or 3, the best in the world. They trying to knock me off the throne and get it left on the curb. They trying to.
Just before we go any further, like I know we're in the hook section. This is a 2.5 minute track, and we've had so little filler in it. And I just adore how we started really low and heavy with the straight rapping, and now I've got these vocal. You got these nice harmonies and synth bits and stuff like that. The raw fourth harmonies being paid attention to. You got nice stacking of different inputs to get a really full sounding mix and a really full sounding track, and I've got a lot of love for that.
You ever seen that motherfucker with that look in his eyes? Look in my eyes, you see it more every time. I'm so focused, can't lose focus. I'm a poet, writing poems, and my pen keep on flowing, it keep going, writing most scripts. Top of the game, not in my prime yet. I'm a motherfucker who ain't get his time yet. Ask if I'ma shine yet. Take every verse like a contest. If I get better every verse, then I'm winning, that's how I flex. Rapping about your hoes and clothes and dough, so you lose it all. You lost your soul, that's so cold. You ain't got a thing to spit, so people stop listening. Lose your whole image, then your whole career is over with. Then y'all on some sucker shit, start bucking for bucks and shit. Giannis on the block, if I get it, then I'm dumping it. Always roll with hunters, this music make me a bunch of them. Middle finger to the motherfuckers who ain't fuck with it.
Damn, and that's just another verse come and gone, dude. I'm liking how when we get closer to these hooks, we have the sparkly synth pad bits come in. It's like you're ascending towards the hook. It's kind of glorious, and that's a word that I don't always use with music, but when you talk about the best in the world, something to celebrate, like being at that level, rising to the top, the music matches the story and the lyrics, and the guy is obviously a really competent rapper and vocalist, and you've got all these elements combined, and it's really charming and nice, and I have a lot of love for that.
Top 3, not 2 or 3, the best in the world. They trying to knock me off the throne and get it left on the curb. They trying to come for the king, get it put in the dirt.
Oh, we've got a sidechain kick with the vocal offs. It doesn't sound like that bass has been looping itself that much, but it has, and it's testament. What is that a word? No, I was using the word correctly. It is testament to the guy's overall production ability to be able to understand how to put all this stuff together. Oh.
Head above the water, I don't wanna be baptized. Feeling like an author, what I was in my past lives. I just look ahead to the future because the past lives. My life a movie, I'm writing it in these last lines. Feel like we about to break, need a cast size. Feel like I need a break, still haven't had my. This game is a shit, the kids gon' make it capsize.
Is destiny.
We got a soprano. Oh, it's a warbling flanger or phased chorusy organs? What are we going into next? What are we going into next? That sounded like it was transferring into a new track. I dig that. We are clearly preparing for a bigger release, and I have a lot of love for that. Well done. It's well done. Everything from... I mean, I know I've got to do a proper conclusion, but I mean, the last verse about him needing his break, it sounds like if he's not there, he's getting pretty damn close to it. I would... Honestly, I think we're getting pretty close to a point where Dapo should be finding his break. I mean, clearly, I'm not trying to brown nose or anything like that. Let's just take a step back and do the conclusion and trying to do that from a more analytical perspective. What do I think the song was about? I think the song was about him talking about his progress and his hustle and his drive and his energy and the people around him who he interacts with as a rapper and trying to get to the top. You know, putting his faith in his abilities rather than praying to someone and trying to work as hard as he can to get to where he needs to be. And I suppose there's a sense of frustration in not getting the break that he wants, but he wants to get there in time. There was never a moment where there was that kind of bravado that can kind of be off-putting to me a little bit. It would seem like a lot of it was genuine, authentic, and believable. The story was interesting. And I think everybody, he does it. The thing is, like, I was about to say an underdog, but this guy doesn't sound like an underdog. There's no reason for me to believe that Dapo wouldn't be able to make it as a musician. I think that he already is. But I think a lot of people will be able to relate to the story of being in a place they're not entirely happy with and working towards a better future. He talked about the past lives and stuff like that. And yeah, man, you just need to keep your head forward, learn your mistake, learn from the lessons that you can from it, and stay on track. And that sounds what Dapo is doing at the moment with Best in the World. At 2 minutes 30, the track is definitely within a 2-3 minute sweet spot for the hip hop rap genre in the 2020s, let alone 2010s. It's fashionable to have a track this short, but the problem is sometimes you can lack a sufficient amount of context and detail for the story that you're trying to tell. And I didn't think we had that here. You know, at 2 hooks and 3 verses, there was more than enough to keep you entertained and engaged within this. There's no filler at any point throughout the song, and as I love it. I adore that. It's so, like I've said this time and time again, not necessarily with every track I listen to, but especially in genres like hip hop and rap where there's so much competition, the barrier to entry is so high now. And as far as I'm concerned, Dapo rises above that. And Dapo, I hope he finds success. If he hasn't already. The vocal performance was top notch. The guy emoted really authentically. You could feel the passion in his voice. The words came through clearly. The rhythms that were put into place. It was a consistent da 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 da. That'd be a 16th note groove, mixing between 8ths and 16ths with the rhythms and the syllables and the consonants. I adore it. I think that there was emphasis in certain beats that was repeated. And you've kind of got a catchiness to it. I loved how we went between the hooks with like the backing vocals that were kind of angelic in him, rising, sitting on top of the mountain, and then just he's back in the trenches with the verse riffs. And yep, great contrast. ABA. The instrumentation with the bass, the drums, the synths, the organs, the backing vocals as instruments, additional bits of coloration within the theme of the song. Yeah, stunning stuff. There was a clear separation between the A and B sections. The verses were a lot darker and distorted and grittier. But then you had the uplifting, much less of the low end happening in those hooks. I'm fairly certain that last part was meant to transition to another song, as it sounds very different to what we had beforehand, but maybe it was a finishing message or something like that. You just had that drum fill going into it. So finally, you had the production, where we had the recording, mixing, and mastering. I have no complaints whatsoever on that front. The vocals and the rest of the instruments sounded great in the mix together. There was clear sort of filtering and positioning, stereo field, EQ stuff, the reverb, delay. There were various backing, like overdubs of the double tracking of the vocals just for bits of emphasis in certain parts. You know, like, yeah, the compression limiting was great. It sounded like a professionally released track from a well-to-do independent label, or maybe even like a major label or something like that. Yeah, solid work. You can tell this is someone who's been doing this for a while. He's clearly got their head in the right place. Clearly knows if he's not doing all of it. He sounds like he's like a one-man band. I just have no real complaints about this. I think that there's a lot of positives to this track. And how did it make me feel? I mean, like, I think after listening through this track made me feel inspired by the story that I heard. I feel better after listening to this. The guy's clearly talented. While there's an intensity of stuff like the album art, I think it's a healthy level of that. And I look forward to what Dapo does in future, and best of luck to him. But thank you for watching this review of Dapo's Best in the World. Hopefully you enjoyed this track and this review. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to go show Dapo some love via his various social medias and Spotify. And stay cool and stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as need to help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I'll catch you in the next review. Spider hands up.